All right. Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Awesome. If you or someone you know is dealing with, that ringing in your ears, this is the one for you.
Yeah.
We're taking a look at Quietum Plus. It's a natural supplement claiming to address the root cause of tinnitus, not just mask the symptoms. And one of the things that really caught my eye, it was this whole brain wire theory.
Oh, yeah.
That the idea that tinnitus might be more about like a communication issue, a breakdown in the brain, than just a problem with the ear itself.
That's a fascinating angle, isn't it?
Yep.
It seems like most people just focus on the ears themselves, but Quietum Plus is suggesting that maybe the real issue is in the connection between the ear and the brain.
Right.
So we've got their marketing materials making the case, but we've also pulled an independent review so that we can get kind of a well-rounded perspective.
Yeah, having multiple perspectives is definitely key.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're dealing with anything related to health claims.
Right.
So let's jump into it. How does this brain wire theory actually work? What are they saying?
Well, the way Quietum Plus describes it is they say it's kind of like a wire that's carrying electrical signals, right?
Okay.
From the cells in your ear to the processing centers in your brain. And when this wire gets damaged or disrupted, those signals get all scrambled.
Okay.
And that's what they say is leading to issues like tinnitus.
So there's one wire responsible for all this. It seems kind of oversimplified when you think about how the brain actually works.
You're definitely right to be skeptical. I mean, it's the brain, right?
Right.
We're not talking about a literal wire here. What they mean by the brain wire is really, it's a metaphor. It's a way of representing the complex network of neural pathways, right? That are responsible for transmitting all that auditory information.
Right.
But the core idea, the idea that damage to these pathways that can actually disrupt sound processing and that can actually contribute to tinnitus, that idea, that actually does have a basis in scientific understanding.
So it's more like a complex highway system than a single wire?
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
Okay.
Damage to certain routes can cause disruptions in the flow of traffic.
Right. Makes sense.
So to speak.
So that's the theory part.
Yeah.
Quietum Plus, they take it a step further, though. They claim that their supplement can actually repair this damage.
Right.
They talk about feeding, regenerating, and rebuilding this wire.
And that's where things get a bit more complicated. While the idea of regenerating those neural pathways is really exciting, it's not as simple as just like patching up a scratch.
Right.
Nerve regeneration, it's a really complex process. It's influenced by a whole bunch of different factors, and it's not something that we fully understand or can easily control.
So how do they propose to actually do this?
Yeah.
How do they do it?
It's a good question.
Let's take a look at the ingredients and see if there's anything in there, if there's any scientific basis for their claims. Let's do it. So Quietum Plus, they've got this whole blend of 18 plant extracts in there.
Wow.
Each one with its own, supposed benefits for tackling tinnitus.
Right.
They've even grouped the ingredients based on their claimed effects, like anti-inflammatory, neuroprotective, mood boosting. It's a
interesting,
very compelling presentation.
Sounds impressive.
Yeah.
But marketing aside, we need to look at the science.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Do these ingredients actually do what they say they do?
Yeah.
So, for example, they mention mucuna pruriens and maca root for managing inflammation and calming the nervous system. They even suggest that these can help with neuron recovery and repair.
Right. Well, that's where we have to kind of separate the potential from the proven.
Okay.
While some preliminary research, there are some studies out there that suggest those ingredients may have anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective properties. We're talking about early stage studies here.
Right.
Often conducted in vitro or, on animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
The kind of robust clinical trials that we really need to make definitive claims about human health, those are still largely missing.
So a healthy dose of skepticism is probably warranted then.
For sure.
What about this next group? Epimedium and Tribulus terrestris.
Right.
They claim that they can help with something called neuroinflammation,
right,
fight free radicals, and even boost mood.
Again, it's a mix,
Right.
We see some potential there, but also some oversimplification.
Okay.
There is some evidence that suggests that these ingredients, they could have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. But the link to mood boosting, that's a lot weaker. And claiming that they balance neuroinflammation without specifying what that even means or how it relates to tinnitus, that's
right.
It's a classic marketing tactic.
Right.
It's vague,
right.
but appealing.
It sounds good.
Right.
Yeah.
To understand it a little bit better, imagine like your nervous system, right?
Yeah, okay.
And it's kind of irritated and inflamed. That's kind of what neuroinflammation is.
Okay.
It's thought to play a role in a bunch of different conditions, including tinnitus.
Right.
But the question is, can these specific ingredients actually target and reduce that inflammation in a way that meaningfully impacts tinnitus? And that's where, again, the scientific evidence is still lacking.
So it's not just about whether an ingredient has a particular property,
right?
But whether it can actually exert that property in a way that benefits hearing health.
Exactly.
Right.
It needs to be targeted.
It seems like that's kind of a recurring theme here, you know, ingredients with potential, but not necessarily the targeted effects that Quietum Plus is claiming.
Yeah.
What about Dong Quai?
Okay.
They call it a superior ear tonic.
Interesting.
They say it maintains brain cell health and improves auditory acuity.
Okay, so Dong Quai, it's also known as Angelica sinensis. It's got a really long history of use in traditional Chinese medicine for all sorts of health concerns. But when we look at like the actual scientific evidence, particularly in relation to hearing, it's pretty limited. The claims about improving auditory acuity, those are particularly vague.
What does that even mean?
Right. What does it even mean?
Does it mean you can hear like better?
Does it refer to like improved sound discrimination?
Right.
Increased sensitivity to quiet sounds?
Like, how do you measure that?
Right. Those are important details.
Yeah.
That Quietum Plus just doesn't really address.
It's like they're just using these like scientific sounding terms to make it sound credible.
Yeah. It's all about the language.
But without actually like backing it up with evidence.
Exactly.
And it seems like it just goes on like this with the other ingredients too.
Very much.
Murapuama and ginger for nerve renewal. Cachuava powder and damiana for brain health. Ashwagandha and piperine for slowing cell degeneration.
Yeah, I mean, each ingredient kind of has its own story, right?
Right.
Often rooted in traditional use. But lacking that kind of rigorous scientific evidence that we need to fully substantiate the bold claims that Quietum Plus is making.
Yeah.
It's a common strategy, unfortunately, in the supplement industry.
Right.
Highlight those potential benefits, use that scientific sounding language, but avoid making those really specific claims that could be easily disproven.
Yeah, it's kind of disheartening, to be honest.
I know, it's tough.
It's like, if you were struggling with this and you saw this product, it'd be so easy to get your hopes up.
Absolutely.
Only to be let down.
Yeah.
So are any of these claims actually true then?
Well, just because the marketing might be stretching the truth a little bit, it doesn't necessarily mean that the product itself is worthless.
Right.
Some of these ingredients, they do have potential benefits, but more research is needed to really understand their true effects on hearing health.
Got it.
It's all about managing those expectations and approaching these claims with a critical eye.
Right. So, they also boast all these glowing testimonials from people claiming that their tinnitus disappeared entirely after using Quietum Plus. And the review that we have even mentions similar positive experiences from users.
Okay.
So could these testimonials actually be a sign that the product works?
Well, testimonials can be really persuasive,
They are.
Especially when they resonate with our own experiences or desires.
Right.
But it's so crucial to remember that testimonials are anecdotal evidence, not scientific proof.
Okay.
While it's tempting to get swept up in those personal stories, we need to consider the bigger picture.
So what are some of the factors that we should be considering when we're evaluating testimonials?
Well, firstly, the placebo effect.
Yeah.
It can be incredibly powerful.
Especially when you're dealing with subjective experiences, right?
Exactly.
Like tinnitus, how do you even...
It's in your head.
Yeah, right.
So simply believing that a treatment will work can sometimes lead to perceived improvements, even if the treatment itself is inactive. And secondly, individual variations in body chemistry, lifestyle, the severity of tinnitus, even our own perception of sound.
Yeah.
All of these things can influence how we respond to a certain treatment.
Right. Everyone's different.
Exactly.
So what works for one person might do nothing for someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can't really take testimonials at face value.
Right.
They might be genuine, reflections of positive experiences.
Absolutely.
But they could also be influenced by a range of other factors. It's that reminder to separate personal experience from scientific evidence.
Yes, exactly.
Well, speaking of making decisions, let's talk about safety and availability
Okay.
of Quietum Plus.
Sure.
They claim that their supplement is safe for all ages, medical conditions, manufactured in an FDA-approved facility.
Right. All those reassuring statements.
Yeah.
Well, it's important to unpack those statements a little bit. While FDA registration of the manufacturing facility, that's important
Right.
for basic quality control.
Right.
It doesn't actually mean that the FDA has evaluated or approved the supplement itself
Okay.
or its specific claims.
Right.
That's a really critical distinction
Yeah.
that often gets blurred in marketing materials.
Right. It's easy to kind of misinterpret that as a blanket endorsement.
Right, like they're giving it a stamp of approval,
Yeah.
but they're not.
Which isn't the case.
Yeah.
They do have a disclaimer, though, on their website,
Oh.
recommending that you should consult a doctor if you have existing conditions or are taking other medications.
Which is, always sound advice
Right.
when you're considering any new supplement.
Right.
Even those marketed as natural.
Yeah.
Natural doesn't always equal safe, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Interactions with medications or pre-existing health conditions,
Right.
they're always possible.
It's better to be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have that conversation with your doctor.
Right.
Make sure you're safe.
And of course, there's the sales pitch.
Oh, of course.
They offer different package options.
Right. The classic.
Classic, buy more, save more.
Exactly.
You gotta love that.
Plus bonus items.
Oh, the bonuses.
Like ebooks on improving sleep, reducing anxiety.
That's classic marketing, right?
Yeah.
Appealing to that desire
Got you.
for value and incentives.
Yeah, exactly.
It's important to recognize those tactics and not let them overshadow the real need
Right.
for critical evaluation of the product itself.
Yeah.
Don't let the bonuses and discounts sway you from really carefully considering the scientific evidence and the potential risks.
It's like those, but wait, there's more.
Exactly, infomercials. Gets you all excited.
Yeah.
And you forget to ask the important question.
Right, exactly.
It's all part of a carefully crafted marketing strategy.
Designed to nudge us towards a purchase.
Yeah.
But we as informed consumers,
Right.
we need to resist that
Yeah.
and make decisions based on evidence,
Yeah.
not just emotion.
Absolutely.
So where does all this leave us?
Yeah. Where are we?
We've explored this brain wire theory. We delved into the ingredients list.
Right.
We've analyzed the persuasive power of those testimonials.
Right.
What stands out to you from all this information?
It's like we've been given pieces of a puzzle, but we're missing some to see the whole picture.
Yeah.
We have this brain wire theory that's kind of interesting.
Right.
A list of ingredients that, maybe they have some potential, but not a lot of science to really back it up. And then a bunch of testimonials. That might be genuine, they might not.
Right. It's a lot to consider.
It is, especially for somebody who is really struggling with this and wants relief.
Absolutely. And that's why, that critical thinking is so important.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about Quietum Plus or really any supplement.
Yeah.
The key takeaway here is to approach it with informed skepticism.
Right.
Don't just believe the market.
Don't take it at face value.
Exactly.
Do your research. Right. But I think there's a balance, right?
Oh, for sure.
We don't want to dismiss something entirely just because the science isn't there yet.
Absolutely not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's that space between, just blindly believing everything.
Right.
And then just completely rejecting something.
Right.
It's about being a smart consumer, weighing the potential benefits against the risks and the lack of evidence.
Yeah.
It's about taking charge of your own health decisions.
So for our listener who's maybe sitting there right now and they're hearing this ringing and thinking about this product,
right.
What's the next step for them?
I would say, don't lose hope.
Yeah.
But don't be swayed by the hype.
Right.
Tinnitus is complicated, and there's no magic solution. There's no one size fits all.
Right.
If you're thinking about Quietum Plus, approach it with that critical eye.
Right.
Do your research.
Research those ingredients.
Exactly.
Talk to your doctor.
Absolutely.
And make sure it's safe.
Yeah, and remember, there are other things to consider too.
Right.
Tinnitus, it can have a lot of different underlying causes.
It's not always the same thing.
Exactly. And addressing those underlying causes might be a lot more effective.
Right.
Than just trying to deal with the symptoms.
So it's a much bigger conversation than just this one supplement.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
A comprehensive approach might involve lifestyle changes.
Right.
Sound therapy,
Yeah.
cognitive behavioral therapy, maybe even medical interventions depending on your specific situation.
Right. It depends on the person.
Exactly. It's about working with those healthcare professionals to figure out what's best for you.
So Quietum Plus might have some promise.
It might.
But it's not a quick fix.
No.
It's one option.
Out of many.
And the decision to try it should be made carefully.
Absolutely, with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Well said.
The real magic here, it's knowledge.
Yeah.
It's being empowered.
Right.
The more we understand about tinnitus, the better we can navigate, all these different treatments and make informed decisions.
Just be in control.
Right. And that's exactly what we've tried to do today.
I think so too. This has been really interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like I've learned a lot.
Good. Me too.
I think our listeners will too.
I hope so.
So to wrap this up,
Yeah.
what would you leave our listeners with today?
I would say keep asking questions.
Yeah.
Keep doing your research and keep advocating for your own well-being.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Yeah.
And
who knows, maybe someday science will unlock all the secrets of tinnitus and we'll have that cure.
Yeah, we can hope.
Fingers crossed.
Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and keep those ears open for more deep dives.
And maybe keep the volume down a little bit.
Yeah, that too.
Just in case.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thanks for having me.